This is not the internet. This is the metaverse. Hello pioneers. Today we're going to take a look at a few of the announcements that we've had recently. We're going to take a look at ways we're going to be able to spend our Pi in Open Mainnet. We're going to take a look at smart wallets and what that means as we upgrade from Protocol 18 to 19, 20 and 21 under the Stellar ecosystem. And we're going to start off with taking a look at the current node upgrade, right, which was just released. So, we've got this release for, currently to 0.5.0, right? That's the latest release that's come out for testnet 2. Right? And if you go over to this URL, I've got a link in the description if you want to take that. And you go to this repository, right, where you can download the latest software and install that. Once you install, I found that I had to upgrade and restart my Docker containers, right? And once you do that, you get a new container called Pi Network here. And if you click on the little down arrow here, you'll see that under there's two containers, testnet 1 and testnet 2, right? This is the old node, this is what it looked like, and the next node right now looks like this. And you can see they've changed the aspect ratio of the window, right, which is why the formatting's a bit off. So hopefully they fix that up soon. But it pretty well looks the same. It's the latest release. You go in here, you can turn the node on, and you've got a drop-down menu of testnet 1 and testnet 2, which you can switch between. But ideally, you just want to be on testnet 2, right? There's no real need to be on testnet 1 anymore. They want you on testnet 2. Some people don't even have this drop-down menu, right? They've only got one container in their Docker, right? And that's testnet 2. So they don't actually have a choice, right? So if you're on testnet 1, switch over to testnet 2, and that's what the PiCore team wants you to be on. You can see here, right, go into the troubleshooting, right, you can see that the current node versions are 0.5.0, right, so that's all great. All right. Now, some people pointed out how I don't have these incoming connections. I still don't have them. I've seen a lot of other people, they generally do. All my ports are open and all that, and I'm getting node bonuses, so I don't know why I don't have them, So, but, that's something you'll probably see on yours. Speaking of the node bonus, right, we see here that from one of the mods, they said that there's been they're aware of the bonus issue because over the last 2 weeks, I hadn't actually had any bonuses on the old version of the node I was running. And what I found now, though, is that I had the first 2 days after upgrading, I got bonuses. Then I had another 2 days where I didn't get bonuses, and now I'm back to getting bonuses, right? So hopefully that keeps going because these node bonuses are worth quite a lot. I think I'm on about 2.57 at the moment, but I've been up as far as like 7 in rewards, so it's really worthwhile at the current mining rates. The other thing that we've noticed here, if you take a look at the testnet 2 on the blockchain, right, we've got these this new wallet that has appeared, So if you have a look in here in the transaction, right, so you can see here we've got the this is what's called a multiplex account, right? So this is for multi-sigs, right? So you can have multiple people signing for things, right? And we've seen this previously before, but now we're seeing it actually on the blockchain live. We go over to the effects panel here, right? You can see how there's actually this transaction, right, for this signatory, right? In the browser, right, what I've seen before, if you go into the developer, right, and if you either do a new app or I've got some apps already, so if we just go into one of these and we click on the wallet, right, it's one of the steps, you get this connect app wallets, right, and this is how it's currently displayed, right, and if you go down here, now I'm a bit skeptical about doing any generate wallets while we're in enclosed mainnet, so I haven't gone any further on this. I like to make sure I've got my mainnet wallet. I'm sure there's no problems, but yeah, I just haven't done that. But this is the way it used to look like. I've got old screenshots here, right? So you can see here there's an outgoing wallet, incoming MultiSig wallet here, right? And if you type on here, this is where you can add in multiple signatories. Right? So that just explains all that. Now, if we look in here, right, and we have a look at the payments, right, you can see that they've paid into the GBL7, right, and they've also paid into the MBL7 one, right. And I think the way this is working, but I could be incorrect, is that if you pay into the GBL7, that's just a single signatory, and if you pay into the MBL7, right, which is the MultiSig, right, then to actually move funds out of that account, you require multiple signatures, right? So I think that's the way it works. Now, the other thing that we've seen up here is been this pay 100 USD, right? Now, this is a token. Obviously, this is a representation of a stable coin, right? And we saw in the list for the partnerships, you know, how they wanted to have stable coins come on. Expect Circle, I guarantee you will be getting USDC at some point, right? I think that's a pretty well given since it's on Stellar. Right, so that was something worth noting there as well, right? And you can see here that initially to get that payment to work, they had to establish this trust line, right? And I've talked about trust lines before, right? This is where any payment, like, because a lot of people make tokens, right, and then they just send out a whole pile of tokens out to everybody free. Now, to accept those tokens, you have to establish a trust line with that wallet first, right? So you're trusting that wallet, and then you can claim the coins, right? So that's all that is there. And then here you can see how the in the balances, right? You've got TestPi and you've got USD, right? So yeah, that's some good things to be aware of, and things that are coming to Open Mainnet. Next thing I want to take a look at is this announcement from Teltlk International, and you know, we've known about these guys for quite a while. This announcement here they made was back in September 18, right? And this was just a bit of a tease from them, right? So they were going to announce something. Now, for quite a while now, you know, I've been saying how I don't want to trade my Pi, right? I just want to be able to spend it, right? So I've always been talking about, you know, how we need a credit card of some service or a debit card or something, you know, that we can just use to spend our Pi. Just like the Crypto.com card. And, you know, if you take a look when I made this graphic, this was actually back in 17th of December 2021, right? So I made this claim a long, long time ago that this is something that we would need. And, yeah, and this is exactly what the Teltlk announcement was, right? It was a credit card, a Visa card in particular, right? So this is excellent news, right? Because this gives us a way to make payments, you know. Now we don't have to worry about any Amazon partnerships or anything like that, which I'm sure we're going to get down the line. And, you know, anything now, you know, we'll be able to buy, right? And, you know, I'm sure you'll be able to use it if you get a physical card, if they actually release a physical, it's only going to be a virtual card to start with, but if they actually release physical cards, we'll be able to use that to withdraw fiat and all that, right? So, but most importantly, though, you know, we can buy anything now, you know, with a credit card service, right? So this is fantastic. Now with Teltlk themselves, they've been a bit controversial because, you know, they had their wallet suspended, you know, quite a while back, and you know, they were holding a lot of Pi, right? So this was very nerve-wracking for them, right? And, you know, we didn't really know what they were actually doing as a service, right? So, but since then, you know, PiCore teams reinstated their wallet. They've now got an additional wallet where they've split the funds, right, just for a bit more safety. But you can see they've got 39 million in Pi, right, funds, right? So, you know, this is a lot of Pi they've been responsible for, right? So, yeah, from all intents and purposes, everything seems fine. PiCore team seems to have, you know, clarified that everything's okay. So what I suggest is, you know, this is the Teltlk app, right? You just download it on your phone. I'd go on over, you know, sign up and get ready for when you can use a credit card, right? This would be a great thing to do. So this is just inside the wallet itself, right? If I just click on my promotion here, this is my promo code. So if you want to use that when you sign up, that'd be great. And get ready for card services, Now, coincidentally, Stellar just recently announced at Meridian that they partnered with MasterCard, right? So this all seems to be coming together, right? And I've always said how we're keeping a watch on this stuff just so we can see where blockchain ends up, right? And, who's going to be the winners of this and how everything's going to connect together, right? So we're starting to see all these connections. Now, the other thing since we were talking about Stellar, right? We can segue into smart wallets, right? Now, with the release of Protocol 20 and 21, with Protocol 20 was smart contracts, right? So we've got smart contracts. In Protocol 21, they brought in this thing called SCCP 256R1 verification, right? And what this enables is a use of a passkey instead of seed phrases to create wallets, right? So this is a very interesting thing. So I guess they're going to be getting rid of seed phrases, right? So this enables you to use biometrics, right? So your Face ID, your fingerprints, right? And now you can create a wallet using that. Now, there's a developer over there called Tyler Van Hoven, right? And he's done a video where he did this Soropass demo, right? So if you just look here, he presses the button, he then does a fingerprint scan using his keyboard in this case, and that's it. Bang, he's created a wallet, and you can see at the top there it's created an address, right? So no need to remember any seed phrases anymore, and you can create wallets this way. And I'm expecting this to be coming to Pi Network as we upgrade our protocols. The other thing that has been brought into play with Protocol 21 as well is these policy signers, right? So now, as part of smart contracts, you can have these policies. You can see here he created another demo called Zafeguard, and what it does is that you can see at the top there's a wallet, right? But then you can create these sub-wallets, right? And the idea behind creating sub-wallets is that you can place these policies in the form of limits, right? Of amounts and how often these amounts can be paid out or sent and all that. And the whole idea behind this is like things like paying your rent and paying for car loans or anything like that type of thing. Anything that you're paying regularly, you can now set a limit so that payments are a certain amount per interval, right? So it's quite interesting, right? So I just wanted to bring that to you because, like I said, once we start upgrading from Protocol 18 to 19, 20, and 21, this is all the functionality we're going to be getting. Now, to finish off, I thought it'd be fun to just take a look at the HBO special that was released, because in my last video I told you there was still a couple of hours before it was actually released. I didn't actually watch it. I just sort of checked out the posts on Twitter and X and all that. So let's have a look at see who they think Satoshi is, right? Now, from what I gather, the end result was that they claimed that Peter Todd, right? I believe he's one of the former Bitcoin developers and all that. They believe he's Satoshi, right? Now, he's denied it. Everyone in the community never even believed for a second that he'd be Satoshi. So I think this is just all a bit of a misdirection, so that they don't look at other people. And you can see he's denied it, right? So, but for us in the Pi community, there were some very interesting things that came out of this, right? And one of them was in his X profile, he's got this Pi symbol, right? Now, it's got Web Pi Developer, right? Now, as far as we know, he's not Pi Core Team or anything like that, but it's very curious how he has Pi in his profile here, right? Now, you know, this could just be one of those coincidences, couldn't it, you know? But when we take a little bit more look at the documentary, we have this guy in here as well, who happens to be wearing a Pi shirt, right? Now, this starts to be getting a bit extreme, doesn't it? Especially when we've seen so many, you know, coincidences in the Pi community of banking, you know, people releasing stable coins called Pi, you know, all this sort of stuff. Pi is just everywhere, right? So, you know, it gets you thinking, right? And it's things to keep observing. You know, for my own self, you know, and a lot of other people, right? You know, this is my post after the HBO documentary, you know, we all think it's Satoshi is Nicholas, you know, I don't see any reason how he cannot be, but we'll wait and see. But the whole point of this, though, is that if he was to come out as Satoshi, I mean, that would be just huge for the Pi community, wouldn't it, right? And that'd kind of get people signing up pretty quick, wouldn't it, right? So, you know, hey, like I said, a little bit of fun. We'll wait and see. Eventually, I guess we'll find out who Satoshi is, and, you know, we'll move on from there. That's it for the video. You know, some great announcements again, right? You know, they upgraded the nodes, right? We know we're going to get protocol upgrades. You know, all sorts of things are starting to really come thick and fast. And as you've been seeing, you know, the home screen's getting updated regularly now, right? Pretty well every Friday, right, for my time. You know, PiCT team's upgrading the home screen, right? So, yeah, with only 2 more months to go for the end of the year, that's keep on waiting and, you know, expecting more announcements and more connections and, you know, especially when we start seeing these, you know, who the partners are going to be and all that, see the core team starting to reach out to all these people and, you know, I'm hoping to become, you know, one of the influencers as well under the core team. Lots and lots of things happening, right? So that's it, you know, enjoy the rest of the year. I'll catch you later.